What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Macklin here. I had a thought that I wanted to share with you guys because I think it's really important to share ideas as they come along because ideas are alive and they change, but it's cool to see, where they start and how they end up. So, one of the ideas that I've been chewing on recently is the idea of actually doing things just to get them done, putting in enough effort to churn out 80 or 85%, saying it's good enough, and then moving on to the next thing. So, how this has manifested itself, I find quite interesting. In the past, if I didn't have enough time to go to the gym, if I didn't have a full hour or an hour and a half to get there and then get home, I wouldn't go because I would say I don't have enough time. But that limited me because it meant that there would be days that I didn't go to the gym. I didn't do any physical activity because I just didn't have the time for it. I have shed that mindset completely now. Today about 40 I had about 55 minutes to get to and from the gym and to work out there. It takes me 15 minutes each way, so that's 30 minutes already that I don't have time at the gym to work out. So when I got there, I pretty much just had like 25 minutes or so, let's just call it that to make it easy. I had 25 minutes to lift. And I had to get changed and I also had to like put regular clothes back on. So I really had like 20 minutes. When I got to the gym, I had my back routine. Normally it takes me 45 minutes to do it. I looked at my phone and was like, okay, I'm going to try to get as much done as I possibly can in these 25 minutes. I did 4 sets of pull-ups, then I did 4 sets of deadlifts, and I looked at my phone and I only had time for one more exercise. So I chose to do back extensions, and I think I did 4 sets of back extensions, and I didn't have time to do seated rows or really anything else. I just walked over to the locker room, grabbed my stuff, got changed, and then went home and started my next sales call. The reason that I'm sharing this with you guys, like I think very often this attitude of needing things to be perfect carries itself over to other activities that we're doing. There is a time and place to put in the full amount of effort. I'm not saying that you should half-ass things, but if the decision is between putting 30% effort into something and putting 0% effort into something, wouldn't you rather not have a day where you didn't do something at all? Like, wouldn't it be better if you went for a walk, for instance, for an hour than going for a run for an hour? If that's all you could do because you were, maybe you were walking home from the office or something, and then you just took the long way. And maybe that walk normally takes you 15 minutes, but it took you 20, 25 minutes. And then later in the day, you made a point to, go to the grocery store that was further away. And that was like an extra 20 minutes out of the way. Whatever it is, I think we just get very caught up in this mindset and it prevents us from actually making the kind of progress that helps us when the motivation is lower. So if today I hadn't gone to the gym and tomorrow had rolled around and I thought back to today, I most likely would have felt a ping of regret, a pang, a ping. I would have felt a pang of regret and I would have started my day off most likely feeling down. And, self-forgiveness is a completely different topic, but if you want to make yourself feel consistently good, give yourself reason to believe the words that you say when you say them. And what I mean by that is, if you treat yourself like you're an external party, like, treat yourself like you're a friend, like you're your own friend, or you're your own family member, or you're your own client, and you say, yes, I'm going to have that over to you later this afternoon. Imagine if your client said to you, I'm going to have that contract over to you at 5 o'clock. And now it's 7 p.m. and 2 hours have passed since the deadline. The next time that you have a conversation with that client or you're trying to get another deal through, you're going to remember that and you're going to think, yeah, well, they're not the most reliable. But that's your client, right? That's like somebody that's not you. So what do you do when you're the one who's making promises to yourself that you can't keep? I think the problem is as well, like, because I would actually argue that the promises you make to yourself are much more important than the promises you make other people. The promises you make other people, you could probably figure out a way to paint it for that other person so that they understand, like where you're coming from, or you can like make excuses. I'm not saying that this is like ethical, but nobody knows what you're thinking but you. And so if today you had the opportunity to go to the gym for 20 minutes because you had, a little bit of time in between calls, or you could have done push-ups, or you could have gone for a short run and you didn't go, well, you would know that you could have done something. And most people don't realize that they can, so it's not their fault. But once you get into the mindset of realizing that 30 minutes is 30 minutes, regardless of which part of the day it's in, obviously some parts of the day are better for creativity and physical activity, but 30 minutes is 30 minutes. So if you have the time and you can use it, just use it. Stop treating everything like it has to be perfect. Stop treating your afternoons like, they have to have these large blocks of time. I mean, this is something you see with a lot of sales reps, and I was definitely one of them. It's like if they don't have like huge blocks of time for themselves, then they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to be productive today. It's like a decision that they've made before the day has even started. Like, oh, today's just going to be one of those days. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, you're busy, but if you have like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, wouldn't you feel better just doing something productive with that time rather than waiting for the perfect opportunity that's never going to arrive? Food for thought for today. Thought I would share it. And yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to make the most of the time that I have. I mean, look, it's 10:30. I wanted to be asleep 30 minutes ago, but I also have my own priorities and things that I'm working on. So I make time when I have time. And now after this, I'm going to go into my room. I'm going to get changed for bed. I'll do meditation before bed, and then I'll read a little bit. So, probably have a wind down until 11 o'clock and then wake up at 6 tomorrow. So I'll get somewhere around like 6:40 to 7 hours, which has been, my default recently. It's actually been quite good. So anyway, you just got to figure out what works for you. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger used to say, like, sleep faster. I'm not encouraging hustle porn or anything like that. That's like not the goal of this channel. I'm just trying to give realistic advice that I wish I had had when I was going through this. I mean, I'm 29 now. I wish I had had this advice like 5 years ago at least. 10, I could have definitely still used it. So if this helps you, that's great. If you just think it's interesting, that's also cool. If you're one of the 12 people that watch my videos, thank you. That's pretty cool of you. I appreciate it. And my mom and my grandma do as well. Anyway, guys, good luck. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, and you're going to die one day. So it really just doesn't even matter in the end. May as well just like try. Just give something your best. It doesn't have to be perfect. When I say that, I just mean like try enough where you can actually say you put in effort, but don't limit yourself by trying to make things ideal, because you're only going to have like a few moments like that over the course of your life where the conditions were exactly the way that they needed to be. Anyway, thank you, and good luck with your journeys. I'm looking forward to hearing in the comments how things are going. Let me know, is there a project that you're working on? Is there something, big that you're tackling? And do you agree with this? Because if you don't, I'd like to hear why. And, I don't expect every single person to agree with me. These are just opinions and my own experience. All right, guys, I'm done talking. I'll see you later. Peace.